Hey guys, Tara here from Recovering Book Hoarder, and today I have a book haul. I have a bunch of books I've ordered recently, and I have one box that I'm still waiting for. It was supposed to be here Wednesday, and it wasn't. Checked the tracking, still said Wednesday by end of the day, but it was not even in the correct state. So yesterday was Thursday. Whenever I checked at 5 something, it was delivered to my local post office, which I thought for sure, great, I'm getting this Friday. It'll be there whenever I go home Friday. No. I went back on, checked the tracking again today. Still the same update as it was yesterday, and the books are not here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the books that are here now because I really need to clear space off on my desk, and this way they can get put into their correct places. And I'll just film again once I get the last box of books that I'm waiting on. All right, so first, I did go to a couple of garage sales and found 4 books at garage sales for like the total I paid for all of them, I think was $3. And some of these are repurchases, such as J.R. Ward's Dark Lover, #1 in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I do this to myself all the time. I get rid of books that I love, and I think, if I want to read them again, I'll either listen to them because I have them on Audible, or I'll just get them out from the library. Then I regret it. So the rule though is that I can't rebuy them at full price. I have to find them at secondhand stores. Whenever Half Price Books does their huge $2 clearance every year, I can get them from there, or garage sales, flea markets, that kind of thing. So that is the rule I have, and I did follow that. So this is from the garage sale. Okay, then 2 more that are rebuys. So I had the original Harry Potter collection, the Scholastic versions, all in hardback. I did the midnight releases, loved them. So then I got, as gifts, I got the full Bloomsbury publication of the Harry Potter catalog, and I thought, well, I don't need to have the American Scholastic version anymore because I have the Bloomsbury. And I have, of course, regretted it ever since I got rid of them. So I'm trying to find the originals again back in hardback, and I did get 2 of them. So I was able to find Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, as well as Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And both of these were in really pretty good condition for being garage sale books. So repurchasing those. And one more from the garage sales, and that was The 10th Circle by Jodi Picoult. I recently discovered that I love Jodi Picoult, and my goal is to read all of her books. Friend Jackie's loaning me her books, but these are so good that I think I want versions for myself too. So yeah, came across this one and I went ahead and picked it up. All right, then I got a gift from my husband. He found this for me up at Sam's Club. And it is Bob Ross, Happy Little Jigsaw Book. So I love Bob Ross. I love puzzles. And so there are 9 96-piece puzzles in here of paintings he did on the show. So like that right there. And so there's 96, each one has 96 pieces in it, and you do it right in the book. So also doesn't take up extra space on my table, which is also awesome. All right, next. Yes, I got the last book in the Second Chances series by Linda Nichols, and that is At the Scent of Water. This is a series that I absolutely love. They're not connected in the sense of characters or anything like that. The only connection they have is that they're all books about somebody having a second chance in some way. And so this is, I'm not sure where it falls in the series, but it was the last book that I needed. There's 4 in the series, and it is just absolutely phenomenal. It says Christian fiction. All right, then I got I Am Not Your Enemy, Stories to Transform a Divided World by Michael T. McRae. So I'm going to read the back of this. Are you my enemy? Am I yours? Violent stories surround us. Brutal beginnings, horror-filled middles, despair-inducing endings. We need better stories, stories forged in the furnace of conflict, narratives that kindle compassion and ignite hope. In I Am Not Your Enemy, writer Michael T. McRae visits divided regions of the world and interviews activists, peace builders, former combatants, and clergy members about their personal stories of conflict, justice, and reconciliation. He hears from grieving parents who comfort each other across enemy lines, a woman who meets her father's killer, and a man who uses theater to counter the oppression of his people. In a time of heightened alienation and fear, McRae offers true, sacred stories of reconciliation and justice, asking what they can teach us about our own divided states. We need stories that cultivate empathy and tell the truth. We need stories to save us from our fear. So I think this sounds absolutely excellent. Poignant for this time. Okay, then we have York by Laura Ruby. This is book 1 in the Shadow Cipher series, and I heard somebody talk about this on BookTube. I feel like maybe it was Krista over at Books and Jams. Maybe it was Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand. It was one of them. But I know that this is a young adult. No, actually, this is middle grade. 3 kids, 1 city, the greatest mystery of the modern world. Takes place in 1798 when a set of twins arrive in New York City. It sounds like there is a mystery involved. So yeah, it sounded really good whenever they talked about it. And so yeah, I love middle grade, and newer middle grade sounds very interesting. Then I have House of Secrets. This is by Chris Columbus and Ned Vizzini. And this I heard about, can't remember his channel. I'll put the link for the channel up above. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember whose channel it was. But the way she described it, I wanted to read it really bad. So the back says, a breakneck, jam-packed roller coaster of an adventure about the secret power of books. House of Secrets comes complete with 3 resourceful sibling heroes, a seriously creepy villainess, and barrel loads of fantasy and fear. So, it sounds so fun. And I mean, look at this cover. Oh, yes. To me, this looks like the house is going to be a character, and I absolutely love it whenever houses are characters. All right, then we have Stamped from the Beginning, The Definitive History of Racist Ideas in America by Ibram X. Kendi. And again, trying to educate myself on Black lives in America. So this is, considered one of the penultimate books about racism in America. And I'm really looking forward to reading this. But man, it is a tome. It is over 500 pages long. So yeah, this is going to be a commitment, but worth it. All right, moving on. We have The Problem of Pain by C.S. Lewis. I love C.S. Lewis so much and am trying to get all of his books. So this one focuses on, I believe, why God allows pain. Yeah, if God is good and all-powerful, why does he allow his creatures to suffer pain? So that is the focus of this book, and I've heard wonderful things about this. I mean, you really cannot go wrong with C.S. Lewis. I think so far I've only read one book of his that I didn't like. That was the Abolition of Man. I think that's what it's called. And that one I just didn't care for that, but everything else has just been amazing. So another one for the collection. Okay, then I got another Christian fiction book. This is Shepherd of Another Flock by David Wilborn. Charming tale of a new vicar in a Yorkshire country town. And I just absolutely love books about pastors, vicars, young priests. I get a kick out of them. They're usually like very feel good. And so yeah, I had not heard about this one before. So when I saw it, I went ahead and grabbed it. Right, then we have The Power of the Other by Dr. Henry Cloud. The startling effect other people have on you, from the boardroom to the bedroom and beyond, and what to do about it. So this is Christian perspective. He also wrote the book, all the Boundaries books, which were absolutely life-changing. Definitely changed my life for the better. Those books did. So excited to get into another topic with him. All right, then we have Splintered by A.G. Howard, and this is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. I love a retelling. It's young adult, and hopefully this is as good as I anticipate it being. All right, then I have a new, I think it is just a trilogy, in which case I now have all of them. And it is the Winter House trilogy. I'm not sure which order they go in, so I'm just going to say, so we've got Winter House, the Winter House Mysteries, and The Secrets of Winter House. This are by Ben Guterson, and I remember whenever I was reading the blurbs on them, again, this was where the house played a huge character in the series. There's some nice illustrations in here. It's not a graphic novel, but there are kind of illustrations throughout, and it just sounds really fun. Yeah, it looks like Winter House is the first one. It says, a lavish hotel, a family secret, a book of puzzles, and a veil of magic. So, I mean, you can't possibly go wrong with that. Something blurbed like that. Okay, I have 3 more until the other box gets here. So I got The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I know I don't have to tell anybody what this is about because this has been out forever. This is one I honestly was afraid to read because I know it's gonna really make me mad. But I'm gonna get over it, and I'm gonna read it anyway because maybe I need to be mad. All right, then I have Bethlehem, a novel by Karen Kelly. I read the first chapter of this in Barnes & Noble, and really what sold me on it is its place in Bethlehem, PA, which is not super far from me. Takes place back in, I'm not sure when it takes place, but it says it's a multi-generational saga that weaves together the lives of 2 prominent families during the historic steel boom era of Bethlehem, PA. Inspired by true titans of the industry, Bethlehem is a mystery, a love story, and a tragedy. A story of temptation and regret, a story of secrets and the cost of keeping them, a story of forgiveness. So, sounds good. I like historical fiction. All right, last one until the other box gets here, and that is White Rage, The Unspoken Truth of Our Racial Divide by Carol Anderson. And let's see. So since 1865 and the passage of the 13th Amendment, every time African Americans have made advances towards full participation in our democracy, white reaction has fueled a deliberate, relentless rollback of any gains. Carefully linking historical flashpoints from the post-Civil War Black codes to expressions of white rage after the election of America's first Black president, Anderson renders visible the long lineage of white rage and the different names under which it hides. Compelling and dramatic in the unimpeachable history it relates, white rage adds a vital new dimension to the national conversation about race in America. So again, very poignant for today. It won a bunch of awards in 2016, so I'm assuming that's, yeah, first written in 2016. So, all right, that's it until my other box arrives, which here's hoping it's tomorrow. All right, till then.